I have fished this canal on and off for about 3 years now, and one thing that's always remained constant is very occasionally I'd get someone telling me a rumour of a huge legendary pike that lives here. Yeah, well done, you just caught your first pike. There we go, fish. And up until this point I thought this fish was a myth. I didn't think it actually existed. I mean, how many times do you hear wild stories of things that so obviously aren't true? And in this canal the fish don't get huge anyway. I mean, they must average at about £3. A double figure fish is pretty much unheard of, so one pushing on 20 seems impossible, but very recently somebody caught it.
Definitely wasn't expecting this today.
His name's Jamie from the YouTube channel Real Lures, and luckily he caught it all on camera so there can be no doubt. He was out targeting perch at the time, I believe, and we've got some cool footage to show you from that now.
It sees my net. Goodness me. 18 or 17 or 18 pounds, guys.
Now, not only have I fished on and off here for about 3 years, I've also travelled far and wide to try and catch a really big pike. I've been all the way up north, all the way down south. I've been to the Lake District, some of the biggest lakes in the country. I've even been all the way to the Netherlands. And to hear that a fish that lives on the same stretch of canal I walk every day that is bigger not only than any pike I've ever caught, but also any pike I've ever actually seen in the flesh, absolutely blew my mind. So today I'm down here and I'm gonna try and catch it. So my plan is I'm gonna make a start fishing this stretch of canal that I know really well. It's not where that one was caught, however it is on the same sort of couple of mile stretch. And then as the day goes on, we're gonna slowly but surely head to where that massive fish was caught and try and catch it. Now the lure I'm going to be using today is something very, very special, and that's because I've designed it myself. This is the 8cm Northern Lights perch. First time I've ever used it for pike, but I'm thinking it's going to absolutely smash them, so let's get to it. I'll tell you a little bit more about this rod later on because I've not used it for a while, but for now we'll just focus on getting it set up and starting fishing because I am so excited about today. Fish on, yes, come on the Northern Lights perch, come on, yes. It's not the huge one we're after, but it's a fish. That did not take long at all. In the net, come on. Oh, what a result that is, it's a fish. Just gonna get my unhooking mat out, get it nice and wet. Well, here we go. This is my first pike in quite a while. Yeah, it's a pike. Not a very big one, but it was on the Northern Lights perch. So excited about this. Only been fishing about 5 minutes. Let's get it back. Oh, wow. Well, I'm absolutely thrilled about that. Fish after 5 minutes on the Northern Lights perch. It's not the huge one we're after though, and they get much, much bigger than that. The day has only just begun. Oh, it feels really good to be home. I mean, canal fishing was how I started really, doing canal pike and stuff like that, and I just had a nibble then. I've not done it for a very long time. Well, we're in that expected midday slow spell right about now, and I've not had a bite for about 40 minutes to an hour or something like that. However, I'm still plugging on because it's really going to be a matter of time to try find that huge fish that lives on this stretch. I've just hooked a fish. It feels a little bigger than the last one. However, my camera was turned off. Oh, sorry about that. So we missed the strike, but the fish is still on. Very, very lightly hooked too. Oh, right, let's get the net. I can just see the hook just in the corner of its mouth. There we go. Well, it's obviously not the huge fish we came here for, but it's bigger than the last. And it's another fish on the Northern Lights perch. What a result that is. What a little canal stunner. There we go. What an absolute beauty, just coming in at about 60 centimetres, 65 centimetres, something like that. So as I said earlier, I'm just going to tell you a quick little bit more about this rod. So the Rigged and Ready World Traveller, it's really compact. It's sort of like some of the other Rigged and Ready rods I use, just a bit simpler, more for spin fishing and bait fishing, but mostly lure fishing. So there's two different tips. The tip that I'm using today, which is this longer one, casts 5 to 20 grams, which is good for my 8-gram crankbait I'm using. But there's a shorter tip, which when you put that in, it takes the cast weight up to 15 to 40 grams. So it's sort of like a 2-in-1 fishing solution, all in a really compact little case that comes with this reel, the RR3000. There we go, there's another one. Come on. Just a tiny one, this one, so I'm probably not going to worry about my net. There you go, another lovely pike, the smallest one of the day so far, on the Northern Lights perch yet again. Off you go. Oh, that was a better fish, that one. Just didn't hook up straight after that tiny one. So this big bridge here is probably going to be my my last spot for now. Then I'm going to stop, have a bit of a rest, grab a coffee, and then move over to where that big one was caught. It's gonna take a lot to drag me away from you. Well, don't tell anyone about the coffee and the Kit Kat because I'm supposed to be on a bit of a diet, but some days you just need the boost, don't you? Just heading down now to the place where this fish was caught, which is pretty much exactly here. Well, don't worry, we do have a backup plan if this fish isn't here or if we can't catch it here. I'm going to try just through this bridge here alongside all the boats, and then there's a big basin sort of turn and circle thing up there, which is actually where the rumours originated. It was always said that this monstrous pike lived in there, and I've never caught it in there. I have tried, but to know that it's been close, it's as good a place as any. So you might be wondering, do I actually expect to catch this fish? Of course I don't, but I know that I've got a chance, which is more than enough for me. I'm actually still in shock that that fish was caught in the first place, especially considering it was while Jamie was BFS fishing for perch on the tiniest little thing as well. There we go, fish. Oh, it's not the big one we're after, but it's not a bad size one again. Shouldn't have left my net all the way over there, really. I've just disturbed this whole swim because I've had to walk this pike over to my net. This Northern Lights perch, though, it's just putting in such a shift on these jacks. There we go. Well, again, it's not a huge fish, but it's a beautiful little pike. Not the one we're after, obviously. I mean, the one we're after will probably eat a fish this size, but it's still good to be catching him. Anyway, let's get it back. Oh, well, I sort of knew that today was going to be a bit of a matter of trawling through a few small fish before we get to a big one, or if we get to a big one, but oh, it still puts a smile on my face catching pike, whatever size they are. I kept fishing the canal for hours that day, absolutely determined to cross paths with that huge pike. Unfortunately, it never ended up happening, but I wasn't ready to give up just yet. I was gonna need some help from someone who really knows what they're doing, so I'd organised to meet a local expert down on the canal. Alfie, are you gonna help Daddy catch some fish? Are you going to get them in that net?
Yeah.
So where should we try and catch the fish? Where will the fish live?
In water.
In the water?
Yeah.
Well, now I've got a bit of expert guidance by my side. I'd say my chances of catching that monstrous pike have significantly increased. Right, I need your help with the rod, Alfie.
Ooh,
come over here.
You're gonna go fishing now.
Here we go, we're gonna cast. And then you can reel. Good boy. Well, here we go, another bridge. You've always got a good chance under a bridge, don't you? So unfortunately my fishing guides decided to have a bit of a break. I thought you were supposed to be helping me catch fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, will we do that after?
Yeah.
Fish on! Fish! Oh, we have got one. Does it look well hooked? Oof! Do you want to help me hold this? You hold the net. Yeah! Well done, you just caught your first pike. And here we go. A pike all together as a family on the canal. It's obviously not the big one we came here for, but look at that, it's got a bit of an injury on the side of it. That could be evidence that the big one's around. Anyway, we're gonna get this one back. Well done, Alfie, for being net man. Do you wanna touch it?
No.
Okay, I don't blame you.
No, Daddy.
And of course, this bad boy doing the job once again. These will actually be for sale soon on a website I'm starting, and if you want to be the first to know about updates, go and follow Adventure Fishing UK on Instagram. I'll leave the exact name below. Well, that was a nice, wholesome family moment, wasn't it? Can you tell everyone to subscribe to the channel?
Daddy.
Well, there you go. So Alfie's had to go home both to play with his extensive collection of Hot Wheels cars and to have a bit of dinner. But I thought, you know what, instead of giving up, I'm going to have one more chance fishing the place, the exact place where that big one was caught, and then the big turn and circle basin type thing that fish is known to live in as well. Don't know what you guys think about this, but to me some of these garden decorations are quite deeply unsettling, especially those two in the middle over there. I suppose it adds a bit of character to the canal, doesn't it? Fish! There we go. There we go! Feels a little better than the last one too. Oh no, it's just another small one. Very lightly hooked too. But it's another fish. It's another tally. There you go, another beautiful little pike. So important to have an unhooking mat with you wherever you go, and this rigged and ready one's a great bit of kit. Ooh. That fish just absolutely swiped at it at the side. So while I'm fishing this basin, there is actually something else I wanted to talk to you about. I know you guys already know that I'm trying to lose a bit of weight at the moment, but right now I am sort of struggling with it. So what I want you to do is suggest a workout idea for me to do at the end of the next video I make. So if you all get in the comments and suggest a fun fitness challenge for me to do at the end of the next video, I will try my best to do that, and the one with the most likes wins. So even if you don't want to suggest one, go and like one. Like which one you think would be funniest, or you think that you'd like to see me doing the most. Obviously I'll have to exclude any that are just completely unreasonable, so you'll have to use a bit of common sense there, but might be a fun way for you guys to help me out. Well, I've given it a really good go there, but unfortunately I think I'm going to have to call it a day. It just wasn't quite meant to be this time round, but trust me, I know this fish lives near here somewhere, and one day I'm going to catch it. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you down the road.